take a look at this. There he is! Roddy Piper! There's the Rowdy one. There is Rowdy. Roddy Piper, live here on Nitro.
What does Rowdy Roddy Piper have to do with G.I. Joe? We'll explore that coming up. The year was 2007. The location, Atlanta, Georgia. The G.I. Joe Collectors Club had invited a very special guest, well, one of many, to the convention that year. It was none other than professional wrestler Rowdy Roddy Piper. But why was he there? He certainly wasn't a G.I. Joe. Well, that's true, he wasn't a G.I. Joe. He was inducted at that convention into the Cobra ranks by Hasbro. Well, not really Cobra, it was more into the Iron Grenadiers. But why was he brought into the Iron Grenadiers? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, the G.I. Joe team already had their own professional wrestler, Sergeant Slaughter. We all know him pretty well. He ran a couple teams, and he was a powerhouse when the bad guys came up to him. They didn't like facing him. So now, the Iron Grenadiers had their own professional wrestler, who was the Iron Grenadier trainer. Now, the second reason is why Iron Grenadiers, why not just Cobra? Or another sub-team. Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Dreadnought, dude. No. But why the Iron Grenadiers? Well, the character Rowdy Roddy Piper is from Scotland. So, the leader of the Iron Grenadiers, Destro, also has his roots based in Scotland. So that makes a pretty cool little connection there. So that's most likely why he was chosen for Iron Grenadiers. So, but why? Why was this a big deal? Well, one of the exclusives that they were offering that year was a figure. And here he is, right here. The Rowdy Roddy Piper G.I. Joe Iron Grenadier figure. Still sealed up in its container. Unfortunately, my container has, well, my carded figure has seen a lot better days. It's had some rough times over the last 11 years. And so I thought it would be a lot of fun, since it's probably not worth a whole lot. I mean, it's worth a little bit to me. That after 11 years, let's open this thing up and get our hands on the figure. I think that'd be a lot of fun. One couple interesting little tidbits about this figure is that there were only about 1,000 of them made. I don't know if any more were made, but back in the day, it said 1,000 figures were going to be made, and it's pretty exclusive. And I know a few people have mentioned it over the years, and I've seen some big prices on eBay, and that's okay. I want to open this thing up. So, if you're game to open it up with me, let's do this. It's an unfortunate thing when damage has to befall something that you really like, and this was one of those little pieces that I really liked. So we're just going to kind of slice this open away from me, because that's knife safety and all. And even though the card is damaged, as you can see right here, there's some melting right up here. Oh, sorry camera. And there's some bits of plastic right here and right there. Even though it's damaged, I'm still trying to cut it and open it up, and it's not going to take a lot. It's going to pop off here pretty quick. Yeah. There we go. Rowdy Roddy Piper is free from his plastic prison. Now, I don't know what kind of condition he's going to be in, since obviously I haven't opened this before. We're going to set this here off to the side. I'm going to take this. And we're going to try and take it away. Ah. That's melted on there pretty good. Okay. We're going to pop him out of there. There. The question is, does the helmet come out? Alrighty. Here is Rowdy Roddy Piper as an Iron Grenadier. He is actually really kind of cool. I like the kilt. That would be really awesome had Destro come with a kilt. I think that'd been real cool. So what's he come with? He comes with a transparent, clear figure stand. That's interesting. I've never seen one. I don't think any other figures come with that. And he comes with a helmet. So, oops. I bumped my stuff. Hang on there. Alrighty. So then here's the figure again. Let's scoot that off. Now he has this leather jacket on him. It's not really leather, it's plastic. But it's a black representation of a leather jacket. And it looks like it can come off. The kilt is fabric, but it's not as light. I thought it would be kind of, I don't know, really thin. Let's pull that jacket off. I'm going to twist his arms. We're going to twist his arms back. It's a little disappointing that he doesn't have some sort of baton or a gun or something to put in his hands. So there's the... Straighten him up here a little bit. And here he is without the jacket. Now we're going to get real personal. We're going to take his kilt off. Hey, it's meant to be taken off. Check that out. There's Velcro back here. Must be... So he's got like some fighting armor because... I don't know. I don't think... Well, I suppose if you talk to Mel Gibson, he'd give you a different answer. But I don't want to go into a battle wearing a kilt. So there we go. There is the man. Rowdy Roddy Piper! Anyway, that is what he looks like. And he's got this Destro logo right there on his chest. Got these really cool boots that have the white laces. And I wish I could get this, but he's got the gold shoulder decoration. Now, the one thing that's interesting, I'm going to bring the card back and point out that on here, he's got a mustache and a beard. Well, not a full beard, but anyway. The figure is absent of said beard. He is a clean, shaven, come on, figure. So that's interesting. And, I don't know. I think they did pretty good for his likeness. So I think it's kind of cool. So nothing too interesting on the back. It's just all black. He doesn't have a lot of decoration. And that's okay. He's still really cool. He's got the bendable knee joints. So he can indeed sit. Yeah. It's kind of a soft plastic. Let's get this out of here. The camera thinks it's a person. So he's made kind of a soft plastic. Let's just bend him around here. See? So it's not as sturdy as the really old stuff. And he's got his arm articulation right here that kind of goes around like so. Nothing in the wrist. His shoulders go around like that. Not his shoulder, yeah. And same thing over here. He's got the bendable arm there, rotating. And he's a little too tight. I can't do it like I've done before. Anyway, he's got an O-ring in there. And there's the place right there where you can open it up, open the guy up if you need to ever replace the O-ring. So he's got some really, camera, come on. Work with me, camera. So he's got some really good articulation. He's got the typical, what you would expect from an O-ring articulation. You can bend him back and forth, forward. You can put him in really weird poses like that. Yeah, he's doing the limbo there. Boom, 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 boom. Rowdy Roddy Piper! And I guess it's also appropriate that he's on the side of Cobras, because from what I've read, and I kind of remember watching a few matches that he did way back when, and so he was kind of a villain. At least it seemed like. I always liked him, so I guess I never really saw him as a villain. But from what I've read, he's been kind of a villain, and he and Hulk Hogan have had their rivalry, and it was kind of interesting. Not to put a downer note on all this, but the real Rowdy Roddy Piper ended up, he actually passed away in 2015. I believe it was July. And what I thought was really cool was that Sergeant Slaughter put out a tweet saying, you know, what a good friend that he was. And I thought that was kind of interesting because here in the G.I. Joe world, Sergeant Slaughter and Rowdy Roddy Piper are like enemies. They're like rivals. They don't like each other. But in the real world, even though you can have some rivalry, there's still some sort of respect, and you can still kind of like somebody. And I thought that was really cool for the Sergeant to put that out. Yeah, let's see. It's not the easiest thing to take on and off, so you probably don't want to do this very often. This will probably not come off hardly ever again. Let's put his arms. There is actually a correct way for his arms to be on and off. Not on and off. Yeah. So, okay, let's put this thing on here. Does it really actually... Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe it's just from looking at him all these years without a helmet, but I kind of like him without the helmet. I'm going to put him on the figure stand here. There he is. Rowdy Roddy Piper one more time. And now, I want to read the file card. It's on this side, right there, yeah. Because, for me, along with movies and TV shows, the file card really brings the characters to life. These little pieces of plastic get a whole world and a personality with these file cards. I don't know if Larry Hama wrote this file card. I kind of think probably not, but I don't know. If you know, please leave a comment and let me know who. So, file card. He is an Iron Grenadier trainer. The code name is Rowdy Roddy Piper! I have to say it as an announcer just because it's fun. Okay, so his primary military specialty is combat training instructor. His secondary military specialty is special services, and in parentheses, it says bagpipe player. I said that too fast. Bagpipe player. How cool is that? I think that would have been an awesome accessory to include with this figure. A little pair of bagpipes. That would have made the figure. What a missed opportunity. If you're anyone from the Collector Club, never mind. It's too late. His birthplace is Scotland. So, let's see. Now we're going to get to the heart of the card. Rowdy Roddy Piper spent his formative years in the Royal Regiment of the Scottish Army. He earned the nickname Rowdy by clashing with his senior instructors and pummeling his teammates during combat exercises. Better keep this out, so anyway. This aggressive attitude allowed him to excel in the disciplines of close proximity fighting. He became an expert with explosives, small arms, and hand-to-hand combat at a higher tactical level than most soldiers. That's why Destro liked this guy. Destro himself is an arms dealer, deals in weaponry and bombs and all that stuff. This guy knows how to work them, so they're going to work well together. Alrighty, where was I? This natural talent helped him with top honors from his infantry unit and a position as senior drill instructor. Drill instructor, I know that word. We know somebody else. Anyway, Sergeant Slaughter. It was later revealed that his birthright was part of the Destro clan. What? I knew there was a connection. I didn't realize there was a relation as well. That's cool. I like how that was tied in there. So, I wonder what Destro thinks of having Rowdy Roddy Piper in his clan. Interesting. Following his heritage, he became a mercenary and took charge of the Iron Grenadier training program at Castle McCullen. As an officer tactician of the Iron Grenadier... Oh, oops. I went up the wrong line. As an offensive tactician, he only selects the best of the best for the Iron Grenadier Guards, Iron Anvil paratroopers, and undertow divers. His training methods specialize in close quarters battle tactics, or CQBT, and hybrid martial arts, which incorporates techniques from several different fighting styles, as well as submissive techniques to secure compliance from the enemy. He proudly wears his distinctive kilt uniform during all Iron Grenadier exercises, and plays his bagpipes before going into battle. If he wasn't a bad guy, I would almost think he would yell freedom next. I don't know. This guy is really neat. I like this. This is cool. Yeah. So there is Rowdy Roddy Piper's file card. There's a little bit more back here. You got the file card, but then you've got this little section up here. And I'm going to read that too. It's just a little bit more to add to it all. So it says, for 25 years, the G.I. Joe team has gone into battle with Sergeant Slaughter at their side to pummel Cobra forces into full retreat. I kind of remember something about that. Season 2, Episode 1, I think a lot of bats got killed. Or pulled apart. Let's see here. Now Cobra is fighting back with a wrestling legend who can combat the Sergeant with equal skill and strength. Rowdy Roddy Piper. Cobra has added this infamous fighter to its ranks to even the score on the battlefield and take the battle to a whole new level. Wearing his classic wrestling gear, Rowdy Roddy Piper is ready to let loose his infamous rage and pile drive his G.I. Joe nemesis. Licensed by Hasbro Properties Group. Yeah, see, it says it right there. So that's neat. Although it says his classic wrestling gear. He doesn't have his belt buckle and his little furry... I don't know what they are. That hang down. But anyway, if you know what those are called, leave a mention in the comments and please keep it family friendly. So yeah, that is Rowdy Roddy Piper. I'm going to grab him right here. This guy, who's worth... I don't know if I'd say he's worth a fair amount of money. But when you look him up on eBay, he's certainly not the cheapest guy. It's pretty limited. And while I'm sad to have opened up this figure a little bit, it's kind of fun. Because now I get to do something with him. I can pose him. I can put him with the other troops. And it's actually a lot of fun. And maybe I'd have a regret. Maybe I wouldn't if the package was not damaged. But you know what? It's still fun. I like this. And yeah. This is cool. Anyway. So he was not the only one who had a real person, that he was made after a real person. In fact, at the bottom of his file card, it's... Oh, I didn't read this part. There is a quote at the bottom of the file card, way down here. And sorry, I've got some stains on here, so I kind of missed that. But the quote is, sooner or later, everybody pays the piper. So... But yeah, below that says, characters and events referenced herein are fictional and are not intended to depict actual persons and events. Although I think the person on that one, I think they're meant to depict an actual person. And there's been a few of those figures. We got Sergeant Slaughter and Tunnel Rat, and there's actually a pile of other figures, and I'll do that in a future video. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit a like. If you want to leave a comment, talk about any of this stuff, please leave a comment. And, subscribe. I'm going to be tossing out a whole bunch of these videos going forward. This is my new fun thing to do. Make a video about G.I. Joe. It's a hobby I've loved forever. Forever because it's like as long as I've been around. So hit the subscribe button. Click the little bell so you're notified when I put something new out. And something new is going to come out at minimum once a week. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time.